Hey guys, just a friendly reminder, the people who banned black people from schools, the military, the GI Bill, enforced redlining, ensured that black people can get basic reparations, the people who lynched Latinos and are now locking Latinos into concentration camps, the people who banned all Asian immigration, period, the people who broke hundreds of treaties with Native Americans and mass murdered Native Americans, and the people who are now trying to ban teaching about all that history under penalty of fine and imprisonment want you to stop making everything about race.
Some of us came from Kershaw Academy. Some people are stand up and rise. Some people are sit and cry.
I had to use it because it's that it's not about race conversation. That you know, I've been on TikTok panels and sometimes I get the comments in my comment section. It's not about races. Why are we bringing up races? Why is race always an issue? It wasn't an issue that black people created. Racism is an issue that white Europeans created. That Europeans brought with them across the globe, and they use that racism to cheat. Um, how can I say this? To cheat God in essence, because you got to lie about what God is. But at the same, what I'm getting at is using racism to cheat religion, to cheat business, to cheat education, to cheat real estate, to cheat finance, to cheat shoot military, to cheat science. Man, shoot. Thinking about it, it's too many. It's too many avenues because pretty much all avenues use racism to cheat. And what happens is now people get online and go, "It's not a racial issue." Now we see racial issues all over the place, and nobody who's I'm not gonna say nobody, but most people who aren't white or European are really not trying to hear that it's not about race from people who racialize everything. And and I'll say this, um, as a black American, I've watched Hispanics, Asians, Middle Easterners, Muslims. Um, really didn't watch that with. I haven't run into like Samoans, but other blacks from the diaspora who use that same racism and that same "it's not about race" while playing for team racism, and then turn around and go, "It's always about race." So the very groups that are non-white participate in that same thing. So they know for a fact it's about race because they use that same racism to get ahead. And then when it comes back to bite them in the butt, they turn around and go, "Yeah, it's racism." And it's like, and then you get the Europeans or the white Americans go, "No, it's not about race. It's about da 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 da." It's like it's about character. No, y'all made character racist. That's what the brown dog test is about. You taught your kids that "Oh, that dog has to be bad because it's brown," and that test has basically been parenting people in America and globally. I saw that with that the Asian, I don't know if it's Chinese, I believe it's Chinese, when they had the little black dog that they just beating up on. It's a stress reliever. Same issue. But then people go, "It's not about race." And what winds up happening is um, a lot of people aren't willing to play that game. Like, "Oh, it's about politics." Like I got a comment recently about, um, the Democrats, because people like to blame the Democrats for Racism. I don't know how y'all get like y'all act like the Democratic. You put racism on a Democratic Party and not on Europeans and white Americans in America. It's the Democratic Party, like, bro. Shut up. The Whigs didn't do it, and truth be told, what happened to the Federalists, the Democratic Republicans, because it was the Democratic Republics, like because the Republicans were founded in 1854. 1854. So now all of a sudden, when Republicans came, racism ended. It's like, come on, bro. Stop trying to play that political lie because everybody knows it's not true. The politics of racial, you know, classism is racial. So when people go, oh, it's not about it. It's not us. We ain't the ones who did it. We're not the ones who did it. That's why sport. The reason there's quote unquote home field advantage in sports, racism. Hate to break the news to you, that's what that is. That's where that comes from. The reason that there's a takeout door in restaurants, racism. But it doesn't. But see, what happens is all the racist tropes and the racist ideologies and the racist stereotypes and the racist implementations of America, y'all just wanted to just be normalized like nobody knows where this came from. Everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, most people know where all of this stuff came from. The police, racism. No, slave catchers led to the police. Yes, racism. Think about it. Watch this. When y'all watch westerns, right? It never like when you watch westerns. Really, wasn't no black people in no westerns at all. There was a lot of crime going on. Sheriffs, was half of the sheriff was in those westerns was scared. The other half were arresting people. But generally, crime was pervasive. But I can tell you one thing: if a black person showed up in them western towns, they'd be arrested immediately. Whole town come together. Oh, they're black. That's why when you see westerns with black people, they're normally outlaws because shit, once once they left the plantation, you're an automatic criminal. You know, vagrancy laws and all that. But it's based in racism. So when people go, it's not about that. I was listening to a white guy on TikTok talk about it. I know he says it's not. I'm white, and I know when I say it's not about race, it's like it. And people responded, yeah, when you say it's not about race, it's always about race. And even he said some racial shit right after that. It's like, oh, I just, no, that's not what I mean. Now it's a Christian thing, and now it's a family values things, and now it's a character thing, and it's like, cut it out. You know, first of all, the Christianity steeped in racism. You perverted the religion to make it a racial thing. So were the family values. So was the character issue. It's the same shit. And it's not a problem that black people are going to fix. It's not a problem that we can fix. We can't change hearts and minds. You get what I'm saying? We can't do that. If people want to be that, that's what they're going to be. You know? And as a black man who close to the 50, it's not that, you know, it's not that rare that I go somewhere doing a regular day activity and out of the blue, some white guy, some Hispanic guy, some Asian guy, some Arab guy gives me the stare of death like they want to kill me. And then I start looking back at them and because you can tell when people are looking at you. And it's like, and it's like, oh, okay, so what we doing? And I was like, it's about God, brother. It's about character. It's about family. Because even when this stuff comes up, a lot of times people are so irrational that they make up stereotypes and narratives of you and they don't know you. And somehow y'all might interact and then, oh, I thought you were. It's like, fuck, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what you thought. You think that about, obviously, you think that about a lot of people, you know, because sorry to tell you, we don't go around actually thinking about what we think people are. Because that's, to us, that sounds stupid. Let me just make up some shit about you and be upset about the shit I made up about you and just look and just act like I want to fight you because of the shit I just made up about you. But I don't even know you. But I think I know you because I made it up. That shit sound, it's fucking retarded. But when these other people say that stuff like, yo, it's not about race. It's not our problem that you made it that way. You know, only time, and truth be told, when the not about race thing, when it doesn't come up to hide the racism, it also comes up because life is kicking your ass and now you don't want to be racist no more because you need some help. It don't make no sense. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Tell me what you think. Catch you on the next one. Peace.